to support both of these bills.
I call Simon Bridges.
I want to congratulate the member for having the honesty that I've never heard in this House before of making it clear what I suspect others have done, and that is to get their speech notes from Wikipedia. So well done to the member. But I also want to just, in relation to his speech, have a mea culpa of sorts, because it was about this time last week after Dennis O'Rourke had spoken, I think it was in Search and Surveillance Bill, that I was critical that New Zealand first might be taking the same line that the Greens often do of being holier than thou and opposing bills simply for the sake of it. But the member for New Zealand First and actually for the Greens, come to think of it, have both proved me wrong by voting or supporting this bill, albeit with their reservations. And I think Tim McIndoe said it well when he said, look, there's been a lot of bunkum spoken in the first, the second and the third readings of these speeches, a lot of twaddle, to put it frankly, and probably I've been guilty of some of that in the first and second readings as well. Well, probably not, but you never know. But the reason for that, I think, is this. Actually, this is a bland bill. It's not going to be one of the more exciting bills that this House ever debates, and it's actually not very controversial or in any way controversial, but that doesn't mean, Mr. Speaker, that it's not important. And actually, to the extent that I think David Parker in his earlier intervention was saying that actually this is a bit of a poor cousin of a bill, that we're really fiddling while Rome burns and we should be dealing with economic questions, so on and so forth. I disagree with him, because actually our border security is really fundamental to nearly everything we do economically in this country. And earlier today, I had a very graphic illustration of that. I think Labour members, New Zealand First members, met with members of the kiwifruit industry as well. And if ever there was an example of an industry that must and relies on the government to take biosecurity at our borders exceptionally seriously, there is one where actually they will get through the PSA that has blighted particularly the gold crops, but it won't be easy. And so I come back to the fundamental importance of security at our borders for our number 1, 2, 3 industries in this country. And also, as Tim McIndoe said, in relation to other very significant issues like drug control, ensuring that those precursor substances, pseudoephedrine and the like, don't get through our borders. So, to repeat my point, this may be a bland bill, it may be a bill that isn't going to have people rushing back to the readings to see what was said, but nevertheless it's important on a very significant subject. And really the key phrase here is about information sharing. And what we have done through this bill is we've allowed the various agencies to link up with each other so that there's not a silo mentality. And again, as Tim McIndoe said, that's really a cross-government theme at the moment. That doesn't mean, though, that it's not important. It's fundamentally important when we talk about border control. So, and this is the final reading, Mr. Speaker, and I say I wholeheartedly support this bill on a very important subject, and I commend it to the House.
I call Ian Lees-Galloway.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And,